Nicole and Mahmoud are in their first day in America and they're already making threats of divorce. It makes you wonder, why are these two together? They're like oil and water. They don't go together. Let's unpack this scene together. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki. We're here to discuss Nicole and Mahmoud in the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Big, heavy on the question mark. Before we get into their scenes this episode, I just want to make a disclaimer. I want to be very clear. I don't want anything to get twisted. I know that these two are dealing with some legal issues, allegedly, in the real world, but that's not what I'm commenting on. I don't condone abuse of any kind, and I'm specifically commenting on what's being presented on the screen. It can be that what on the screen is contradicting what may be happening in the real world, but I don't know what's actually happening in the real world. You don't know what's actually happening in the real world. All that we're commenting on is a show. We can share thoughts, we can disagree respectfully in the comments, but heavy on the respectfully. Okay? So now that we've covered that, let's unpack what's happening in the screen in this latest episode. In the last episode, these two had a rocky start to their day. He didn't have a lot of sleep. She was angry that he didn't have a lot of sleep because he wasn't as excited as she wanted him to be. And so when we left them, it looked rocky. She sent him to shower and they were going to go to bed. Well, when we catch up with these two, she's like, he didn't use his pajamas because we actually had some fun, basically. So good for them. Right? And this morning we see them going to the Santa Monica pier. She just wants to show him around and start getting him acclimated into his new city. So that's where we're jumping in.
Okay. Oh, it's American flag balloon.
You wore one?
No, I don't know how to do that.
You need a shirt like this? Yeah?
Now she knows. She knows.
Shut up. What are you doing? I worked at myself before. I
definitely took my country for granted before I moved to Egypt.
Girl.
I just love it. I just love everything about it.
Listen, I love that she's patriotic all of a sudden, but she acts like she wasn't a willing participant in her move to Egypt. Wasn't she already there when they met? Like, she was already on a trip to Egypt on some like spiritual retreat. She chose to be there. And then she met this guy, and then a month later they got married. I feel like there were a series of choices. And she's what, like 40 years old? You've lived in America long enough. Like, if it took this to appreciate.
Because anything goes here. I would love to see Mahmoud in a bikini shirt. He could wear that to bed. I should have went and got that for his pajamas.
Mahmoud is not wearing that, girl.
Try this one?
No way.
Why?
I'm not like, I'm from Egypt, honey.
People in Egypt don't wear hats?
I don't like anything crazy. I don't like bunch of cars. She tried to show me some hats and crazy shirts, and like I felt weird like wearing that hat.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not going to wear an American flag hat, but a hat? Why not?
I love you.
So what do you think, Mahmoud?
It's the first day, so it's hard on me.
Of course, it's his first day.
And I do appreciate that you moved away from everything you know and love to be with me.
Because to be with you is the right thing, to be with my family is the right thing too. So it's not about right or wrong. It's just like, it's hard.
I totally understand.
Yeah, it's only less than 24 hours.
Different reasons. So if there's anything that I can do to make your experience better or your life better, let me know.
Oof. It looks like he's about to cry in this moment. But, still, when he was taking that selfie, he was like, I love you. He's constantly telling her, honey. He's saying things. He may not be the most affectionate guy, but that is who she got with. He's pretty much been like that the whole time in front of the cameras.
Okay, sweetie. Yeah.
It's clear that he's very homesick.
I understand that.
And he just got there.
Missing his family. I totally understand that. But I want him to be as excited as I am.
Why is there a but?
A life here with him in LA. I'm just hoping that eventually he'll feel comfortable here.
And he could, but it's day one, you know? I think that the reaction that she is looking for from him is not going to happen because it's not who he is. He doesn't stop being who he is because he's in a different place.
What's this called?
Huh, these are seagulls.
Seagull?
Seagulls. Me and Mahmoud are visiting a Santa Monica pier, and he's tired and homesick, but I just want him to just have a little fun today. Honey, what's wrong?
I'm just telling you, honey, I'm just like missing my family.
I just don't understand what fun she wants him to have when they're just walking. Like, do an activity if you want to have fun. But just walking and he's seeing all these families at the pier, he's going to think about his family even though he may be happy with you. But I also understand in Nicole's state of mind, you know, she wants this to be a momentous thing. She wants them to be happy and to start their life together. And I totally feel for her in this moment. But I feel like that's a check-in that you have maybe like day 3. The first 2 days, like, it's going to be weird. This man has never traveled. He's never been anywhere but Egypt. She has been a wanderlust. I mean, that's how she ended up in Egypt to begin with, you know? So I feel like there's a bit of empathy that is missing. I don't think that her feelings, I do think that her feelings are valid. I just think that she has to give it a little time.
There's nothing wrong, okay?
But I need you to talk to me.
See, like, I think this is great communication on his part, which I usually don't commend him on. But here he's like, you've done nothing wrong. Like, he wants her to know that whatever it is that I'm feeling, whatever I'm processing, it's not on you. And I think that was so big of him to say in this moment. Like, he's aware. Like, he's aware that she's probably a little uneasy, but this is how he feels. And this is just how he regularly emotes, you know?
To me. In order for it to get better, maybe I can help you, please.
I just come to you. I'm sure times will change.
They're holding hands. Like, I think that's big.
She barely smiled today at all.
You can't police people's smiles. You can't. Because should we do a freaking B-roll of how miserable she looked every day in Egypt? I feel like you can't force joy to come out of people. Like, you have to just either inspire it or sit back and let it come. But I would love to know what you guys think because, again, I understand, like, checking in with your partner and being like, hey, like, is something going on? But the first day, she's like, I'm annoyed that you didn't nap. And then this is the second time that she's like, well, you haven't really smiled today. And it's like, I don't like that she's just like, you're not performing the way I want. And it's like, people are not robots. You don't get to, you know, reboot them the way you want. Like, I just feel like she needs to back off. And again, this is not a side of her that we've been used to seeing. So I think it does add layers to their story of like, they both have this need for control. And this season so far has been highlighting her. I feel like when they were in Egypt, we saw that come out a lot from him. Yeah, just something that I'm like really taken aback by.
This to be an experience where you just are unhappy and sad and miserable the whole time.
Girl, you were miserable the whole time too.
You like that?
I just saw it.
Why do you talk about it?
And you know what I saw?
The hijabi girl.
Stop dead in your tracks.
Stop what? Like,
So I've watched this scene a few times, and the first 2 times I saw it, I was like, is Nicole seeing things or is she just starting trouble? Because I honestly did not see him stop in his tracks. But this time that I watched it, I did. I think they did like a little replay, and that's how they saw it. And it looked like she had stopped in her tracks, and he kind of stopped with her. But taking a look, he did notice the hijabi girl. And one thing that I am remembering as I'm watching this is that before they left to the pier, he was like, oh, I'm going to bring my prayer mat with me. And he said in his one-on-one with the producers, he's like, even though I'm in America, I still want to keep my same routine that I kept in Egypt. I still want to make sure that I hold, tight to my beliefs. So, I remember when he was on his way to America, he was scared that he wouldn't be able to find community. And so I'm sure that seeing a hijabi girl is like, oh, like a piece of home, even though we don't know where that girl's from, but just, seeing something familiar. But I don't think it was like an attraction thing. But of course, Nicole is reading it as such because she has this insecurity of like, well, I'm not conforming the way you want me to. Oh, so that's why you're not smiling. That's probably what she's thinking. And I mean, I get it, but it's a mess.
Well, I saw what happened. You know what? Like, if you want an Arab woman, you should go get one.
Like, why I'm here now?
I've been married to the man for so long. I know when he gets excited.
I mean, I believe that. I can believe that, but I don't believe he's excited in that way.
To stare at this woman, it definitely triggered some insecurities.
Totally get that. But you knew how he felt.
I'm not good enough. Like, maybe I'm not Muslim enough for him.
You're not Muslim at all, babes. I'm sorry.
So after that little incident, though, I'm putting your ass back on.
I don't like that.
What?
I think it's extremely problematic when someone brings a foreigner to their land for whatever reason and then holds it over their head. You had so many opportunities to break up with this man, yet you brought him here. He didn't want to come here. He only came here for you. Sure, there's a moment of discomfort and you handle it as a grown-ups in a relationship, but is she going to threaten to bring him to bring him back to Egypt in every argument? 1, that's offensive. 2, that's problematic. 3, that's hurtful. 4, he's already going through so much. Like, don't give him an opportunity to go back to Egypt because he will leave your ass. There's just something that feels so icky about it. And he chose you. And you chose him. And you knew that he wanted X, Y, and Z. And he has put those things aside because he loves you. I totally get feeling insecure, but that doesn't give you permission to lash out in such a hurtful way. It doesn't.
You little womanizer, you can go back to Egypt. Yeah.
Okay, I went. I'm done. I'm not I'm done.
That comment where she was like, if you want to be a little womanizer, I do remember that she probably also has some like unresolved trust issues because remember when they were in Egypt and she went through his phone and he had been texting some girls? So maybe that's why she's like, don't think that you can play these games while we're here. Yeah, I understand why she would feel that way, but I also don't think that that's what was happening. I don't think that a Muslim man would be a womanizer with another Muslim woman, I feel like there's a level of respect there. Yeah, I would love to know what you guys think about these two. I know that they are a polarizing couple. But I mean, in the next episode, it looks like he runs away and like, I don't know, I forget which one of these two asked for a divorce mid-argument, but things are only going to escalate and it's clearly documented. So yeah, I would love to know what you guys think. Make sure to like and comment your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're a subscriber, thank you. Hello. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.